Yep, as we're now loaded into this game, this is the grand final of the ESL NA Go4Heroes number 17. On the left hand side we do have Goat Gaming, we have Curse Fury on the Diablo, Equinox on the very nice new Tasta skin, so good. Then we have Base Drop on the Valor, bot lane is Pith and Lex Uther on Zagara and Rhaegar respectively.
Yep, and in the top lane this time we will actually have Caterpillar playing ETC instead of the Stitches. We will have LZ Gamer on the Stitches this time. Nick will be playing the Uther once again. Kima will be playing that Tyrande, and in the bottom lane we will have Zuna playing that Sergeant Hammer.
Yeah, Zuna getting ready to roll out with this one as they approach this first map. It's going to be a tri-lane in the bot lane here. Pith, Base and Lex. Going to be pushing this one out, starting things off with the Roaches. Nothing like getting some early ammo drain off on the enemy's towers. As we actually see the Roachlins take 30% less damage from structures or non-heroic sources, so doing exactly what their aim is there, getting rid of the ammo.
So we have pings going down onto the horseshoes, just saying be careful, they do have the Stitches, they may have watched the game and know what they're trying to do here. The Diablo will at the top, so it'll be a little bit of a harder target to kill, but not too much, and seeing that he didn't come out, they've gone ahead and decided to go to the start switching over here. Will they be able to find something on the Equinox? Equinox pops that shield. Will he have to pop the dimensional shift? He does get, yep, so he will, just to get out there safely, take at least damage as he needs to. Zuna over here doing the best he can just to force him off, sieged up, doing damage to whoever gets inside of that range of the siege mode, and we have Kima and LZ Gamer coming down to help him out. Bit down here, put some pressure off of these turrets.
Yeah, and this is where the Roam squad kind of nullifies itself, because they have to lane here unfortunately, because Zagara and Valor just have so much wave clear that Zuna can't deal with it on the hammer. And look at the poke just coming out onto Zuna as well there with the Hydralisks coming in. As it essentially means that LZ and Kenma are forced to stay down here for quite a bit of time, and it means that the other lanes of Goat Gaming are a little bit safer.
Yep, so experience pretty even as we go right now. Both teams just really looks like this. They'll have to stay here in the bottom, as you said, and just really help Zuna push this out. And we'll have to see if they can get anything done there. If they can maybe get a hook on the base drop and get some damage going down. The hook went down to try to get on Pithex, but wasn't able to hit there. LC Gamer trying to get his passive to put a little bit of damage on the minions. Zuna taking a bit though. Kima's going to go ahead and have that Hydralisk on him for a bit. They'll be able to clean it up though, and both teams just going back and forth to see who can get the real advantage in this bottom lane.
Yeah, but it's not going to be the bottom lane where the action is. It's going to be the top lane as the tribute does spawn. It's going to be a 227 tribute as we see Rhaegar and Valor roaming up, leaving Zagara down here to do her thing up against Zuna's hammer. And this now does relieve Zuna with some pressure for the time being.
Caterpillar walking up, just both of them trading, not really going after one another. LZ Gamer will be the first one to go in there. Base shops putting a lot of damage with that multi-shot build coming out though. It's going to help them do whatever they need to get them off. Kima though getting knocked over there. It's going to be able to send up a couple members. We do have the healing ward down just to help them out a bit. Chris Fury taking a bit of damage, but as Diablo, he's going to say, well, you can't do too much to me yet, and I'm just going to be able to walk it off. Looks like Chris Fury will be the one who's going to get hooked out here. They're not going to be able to follow up with the stun. Base drop safely getting this once again, is going to get knocked out by LZ Gamer with the ground slam. Lex Uther looks to be the target from Caterpillar. Caterpillar actually getting locked up there, might be the first one to die. Will he be? Yep, he will be the first one to fall, as Goat Game will take first blood in this game.
Yep, and they're going to follow it up with a tribute. Lex Luthor does get hooked though, but he's just going to go into Spirit Wolf form and get out of that one pretty safely. As base drop slowly, almost, there it is, gets the tribute. Meanwhile in the bot lane, we've had so much damage going down onto these towers, and Zuna is barely on about 250 HP there on the Sergeant Hammer. He's forced to back away from this one.
Yep, and yep, decides not to, is going to go ahead and wow, actually going up pretty far there. Caterpillar making his way down. Gonna go ahead and pick up that glove and might head back. Nope, he's able to tap. Gonna stay in this lane for a bit longer, which helps out his team a lot. They are a bit farther back in experience though, just due to Tassadar able to make his way to the mid a lot sooner, but we do have Equinox. Looks like he's gonna be jumped upon here. Will they be able to get the follow up? Nope, they decided against it, as Tassadar is probably not the best target for them to try to gank.
Yep, and this top lane, it's LZ Gamer on the stitches, Base Drop and Legsuther coming up here to assist Cursed Fury. They might even flip him over, there it is, knocking him back and just give some room to get some more damage off.
Yep. The body block is real from Cursed Fury, they're not able to let him. He's actually going around the other way, they're going to see if they can find a way to block him off, CV him, but he's a little too far for them to continue chasing him right there. They'd much rather soak up this experience and just widen the gap with that they have already.
And the second tribute of the game is down in the bot lane, or at least in the bottom half of the map. Zuna having to use his thrusters to get away from that one. It's also in the territory of Goat Gaming, and they're already one tribute to the good. They've now got a level advantage for the time being. Pressure in the top lane as LZ Gamer having to deal with that one, but we could see an engage here.
Yep. Equinox getting stunned out by the Lunar Flare. We do have Caterpillar coming over. Zuna actually taking a lot of damage over there. It's going to have to go ahead and get out. The tribute has been safely taken from Equinox, and Tornado's just going to have to back out right here.
And Pith and Base Drop, they're going to have to take their hard camp here, as this will give them a great push into the mid lane. As if Rhaegar wasn't enough hit, it just means that you get a little bit more minions in there as Base Drop now joins Equinox. That's actually a two-man stun, but they're actually going to be able to get away from that one and deal with this Siege Giant. And of course Zuna in the hammer, the healing ward coming out as well to keep them both sustained up.
So they're trying to get the Psystorm onto him, make him take a bit of damage. He's actually taking a bit, but the protective shield comes out, it's able to keep him topped off. He's able to get both of the towers here, but he's going to have to thrust her away as he was getting dangerously low. Has to pop that first aid. Also, we do have the tribute coming up, and Legsuther over there in the bear position. They have a lot of damage going down. Zuna barely getting topped off there, but luckily with the Tyrande and the Uther, stay safe. But will they be able to get in a good position for this fight? Both teams are level 9, so no level 10s yet. And Christopher getting hit out by that arrow. Will Zuna be able to siege up is the big question in this. So they're going on the Legsuther. It looks like he might be the first one to get taken down. They're doing a lot of damage, but Zuna gets forced out the fight. LZ Gamer is in a bit of a bad position, but he might be able to turn it around. So they're going to turn it around. Equinox, though, is going to get hooked in by him. Christopher doing whatever he can to keep the rest of them out. We do have Pithx taking a lot of damage from Kima and Zuna, but we have Christopher. It looks like he might be the first one to go down here. Yes, Christopher will be taking down Equinox, trying to get on the Kima over here to do a little bit of damage, but that will be a tribute in the favor of Tornado, which saves them from the curse.
Yeah, and Legsuther was actually able to escape from that one, so really surprised by that. He was on such low health, such a slither left, but was able to get out of that one. But there's no curse just yet. The tribute went over to the side of Tornado, who are also the first side to hit level 10, but only by a very fine margin. Stage Dive has come out, as has Strafe for the Valor. There's not too much to interrupt it. And pretty standard across the board. Of course, you've got that big slow in the Starfall, add Putrid Bile and a Divine Storm on top of that, and you can really see how this team comp's going to come together. As now, of course, you've got the Maw into APOC. That is going to be such a deadly combo as we move into the later, more grouped up team fights and contentions for these tributes.
Yep. And looks like the boss was taken for the side of Goat. Nick actually being caught out a little bit here is in a bit of a bad situation. He might be able to get away, but he's taking a lot of damage. He's trying his best, but he will actually be killed right there. And so that is a really good pickup for Goat. They do have the boss pushing down also, so they're going to be able to look to get on this fort right now.
Yep, that's the second tower down. Boss is now going to go towards the fountain, as now it's going to turn their attention to the fort, and there's really not much Zuna or Kenma can do with this. That's just going to fall for free, and the boss is still very close to 100% HP as they now rotate back towards the mid lane Goat Gaming. And they're going to clear this wave out, probably go up to top and grab their easy camp as well, just to get more of a push. Make sure ETC can't push as much as he may like in that top lane.
Yep. Zuna finally being able to siege up there right out of the range of the pound so he can get as much damage onto that. Hopefully using some of that splash damage to clear up some others that the minions had gotten there. They're going to go ahead and almost pick up this easy camp, but not quite, as they realize that Go Gaming is on the boss, so they're going to have to contest this. They don't want to lose it. Caterpillar is over there, and will he be able to get in enough time is the question. He's going to go ahead and stage dive right onto all of them. Legsuther is going to be caught out, but a good mob once again is going to be able to save them, is going to help them pick up the boss. Nick looks like he's getting dangerously low. He will be picked up right there. The rest of his team trying to do what they can. Bala has fallen though, so it is a 4-on-4 right now. Legsuther taking a bit of damage. Zuna might have to get out. Legsuther getting stunned up there from the Lunar Flare. Will they be able to get the kill? Looks like they will. Caterpillar following up on the end. Pithex is dangerously low. He is getting followed. He has gotten hit by that owl. So one power slide right there will be able to pick him up. Will he be able to get it? It's probably coming off a cooldown right about now. He gets in there and is able to pick up the kill.
Yeah, so again, it's like the silver lining of we lost 3 players, but we did get a boss, and that boss, though, it's not gonna even be able to grab the fort, I don't think, but it will be there to get tickled down later. Red team, though, they are now cursed, so this boss may, in fact, grab the fort, and it does indeed. So that's even better for the side of Goat Gaming. They get a curse down. They really need to make use of this now, though, by turning their thoughts to this mid fort. And it's what they're going to be doing with these 3 players, and this boss is still alive. He's going to get a few minion kills, but not too much else, as Zuno can just auto-attack that probably once, and it will do it. It'll go down. Yeah, there it is. Mid fort falls, as they're now going to grab even more towers. Nick, though, playing it risky, taking away the easy camp. In fact, he knows that's probably not the best thing as he falls back from this one.
Yep. And looks like they're getting a lot of good damage onto this lane right here, and nothing really our Tornado can do about it. The hook goes down, almost hitting, but not quite enough. The Lunar Flare following up just for good measure, unless it did land. Caterpillar over here trying to clear out the bottom. Looks like he might be collapsed upon from Goat. He's going to go ahead and back up as he saw that vision was being taken from them. And with 6 seconds left, we'll have to see what Tornado does decide to do if they want to contest after the curse is lifted.
There's a free easy camp as well for Goat Gaming. Nick made their job a lot easier there by taking the first one down. So Valor just cleared that one. And it may not get the tower, but it'll certainly do some good damage as they now fall back to their own hard camp. And then probably their easy camp up in the top lane, their Siege Giants. And then wait for the next curse, where they'll have to take the fight and stop Tornado grabbing that curse.
Yep. And so once again, Tornado's in that kind of a bad situation, good situation. They show they can win fights, so if they're able to win fights on the next tribute and pick it up, then they'll definitely have really good push, especially with the Sergeant Hammer to push down a lot of the forts, as they don't have any down yet. But they did lose all the majority of their forts. They lost almost all their towers that lead to the forts. We have 2 down in the mid, a couple up in the top lane, and some of them barely hanging on here in the bottom, so we'll have to see what they decide to do. But Kimma getting caught out by Curse Fury here is going to try to get back to his team. We do have Equinox coming in, though. He's going to have to sprint away. Zuno trying to do whatever he can to put some damage down from the back end. They get stunned onto Curse Fury. The hook does not land, so it looks like they're going to try to back out of it. But Zuno again caught out by Curse Fury. Once again, we do have Caterpillar coming into the backside of their team. We do have base drops doing a lot of damage, but will it be enough? Lex Uther actually getting dangerously low, topping off Equinox. Will it be enough? We do have LZ Gamer popping that ball to try to get out. Nick keeping him up, and Chris Fury will be the first one to die, but we do have a one-man maul coming out. Will it be enough? Pethix is going to get caught. Will he die? Yes, he will die. And Equinox looking dangerously low. They're going to jump onto Lex Luthor, as he is an easier target to kill than that Tassadar, but he actually might be able to make it away. Chris Fury coming back up due to that passive, and he's going to force back the side. Yep, nope. With the kill onto the Tassadar right there, they're going to turn straight on the Chris Fury. They might be able to pick up the kill on Zuna. Nope, he's going to get topped off, and it'll be a 3-for-0, kind of a 4-for-0 in the favor of Tornado.
Yeah, so earlier, Greenout, former and faculty and Acer player, described the Zagara and Diablo combo of so easy that you're going to get it off 80% of the time. Now, hopefully, for the team of Goat Gaming, that was the one time where they're going to fail it, because the APOC came down as a panic early on, the Moore came a lot later, only hitting Sergeant Hammer. Hopefully for them, they're able to communicate a little bit better and pull it off, because it can really be so deadly. Get it onto Hammer, Tarande, Uther, any 3 of the enemies, and that is a guaranteed stun. But this boss is going to be the target for both teams, in fact, as Tornado making their way down.
The fight just going a bit too long allowed the lanes to push up for Goat Gaming, which in turn was nice. Even though they lost the fight, they were able still to pick up that tribute, which denied the curse from Tornado. We do have ETC now splitting, though, due to his stage dive being up there. Dunos, go ahead and throwing out those napalm strikes just to make sure you can start getting some of the structures down. They want to catch up, even though they are ahead in experience. The fishing hook does go down, the lunar flare to follow up, but not hitting anything. They're just going to go ahead and back off.
Yeah, although Curse Fury's actually going in, gets the grab onto Kenma, but they're going to have to back away from this one as Stage Dive comes in.
Yep, Lex Luthor being the main target is going to get popped before the Ancestry Cocoon is able to go off. Curse Fury actually being, looks like he's being taken low. LZ Gamer getting taken down a little bit low, but it's going to get healed right there. Base drops, trying to do as much as he can with that strafe, but it's just going to go and get hooked into the middle of the Tornado team. Was in the eye of the storm and got taken out.
The APOC was available there and it could have done so much as well, stopped the team of Tornado moving on forward. Both teams now have their 16 talents, but it may be a little bit too late as the curse is good for Tornado. They're going to grab their boss and probably push top lane with it as well. Caterpillar's going to be the first man to do so. In fact, no, he's undecided. His team need him. So he's going to come back towards this boss and grab this one, push it up top as Equinox is scouting the bottom boss, which we may see Tornado go over towards.
Yep, and interesting that he pulled it for a bit there, but they were thinking about Cursory and Equinox had headed over there, decided against it. It kind of looked like they may have wanted to push for a second, but realizing it probably would have been not the best of ideas, they left it alone. Right now, it's just made a straight beeline over to the boss, and they're just going to go straight onto this. They're going to get whatever advantage they can out of it, and right now they're just sitting really pretty. They're almost a full 3 levels up here. Looks like it's going to be 2 actually. They're just going to go ahead and hit 19 as the other team, as Goat hits 17, and Zuna, knowing he's not going to be attacked, is going to go ahead and siege up, start doing whatever he can to help this boss push into the bottom lane.
Yep, he's sitting on some Psy Storms though, so he's taking quite a bit of damage. Equinox dodging that hook out, but even so, this is a lot of damage coming down, and they could lose their keep here. And once the boss joins them, it's going to get even more dangerous for the side of Go Gaming.
Equinox trying to do what he can to force them off. Not too much. They are going to be able to pick up this fort, and nope, actually it's barely survived there. It is going to be taken down. Chris Free is going to be able to pop
but
that
the Apocalypse!
But the ball not really helping. They're coming out though. A lot of damage coming out from the Strafe. Chris Free is going to push out LZ Gamer. But the turn of the tides for the team of Tornado is going to go ahead and go in. But the Divine Storm being popped there. Interestingly enough, not hitting anyone. Will they be able to continue on this fight? Zuna's going to get knocked back. The stage dive coming out of Caterpillar is going to go straight on the Pithx. Will they be able to pick him up? They pick up Equinox. Or they pick up the Rhaegar. Oh, they do pick up Equinox there in the end. But he's just going to go ahead and get away.
And they're going to look to end this. Or are they?
What? Nope. Looks like 2 of them are backing. So, they had the boss there.
Yeah, they had the boss tanking, they had a minion wave, the core's probably going to go down to about 60% by itself, maybe even lower. There it is, 59%. They could have ended that if they wanted maybe, but they would have risked tanking it up. Yes, Zuna was very low, so I guess that was the risk that they ran. 20 talents did pop in that fight for them as well. Hardened shield on both of their tanks. Of course, you've got the rewind on Tyrande, the Holy Devotion, or the Redemption now, coming out onto the Uther. And of course, Nexus Frenzy on Hammer just means that she is a lot safer than she has been for the past 17 minutes.
Yeah, and yep, played it safe. They're going ahead and just picking up the camps now. We do have Caterpillar just kind of scouting out the area, running around seeing what he can find. He doesn't see any of them. Making his way into the bottom lane. That lane's gonna start pushing out, so they now have free reign over the middle and the top. We'll have to see which one they look to go towards, or if they just try to pick another fight. We do see Kimba over here taking a bit of damage from that Mutalisk. Not too much though. And what? Goat? 59% is their core health right now. The hook coming down on the Pithx with the snare stun landing, and that is just huge. That's what they've been looking for most of the game, and that just really puts Goat a full step back, and now they really have to defend against this huge team.
Yeah,
what can they do?
In theory, right now, Tornado could just go straight for the core. They could go down to bot lane, straight in, bypass all the buildings. It looks like they just want to play it safe, get as much XP as they can on the board. Grab these towers and also grab the tribute here. Caterpillar's going to be doing that because he can stage dive back in. Equinox getting stunned up, but just look at how far back Zuna is and how much damage he's actually going to be outputting in these fights. Those auto attacks doing so much, 441 damage in fact, and that 20% increased attack speed also helps him.
And once again, just sieging up, knowing what his job is, just to get those towers down. The Psystorm coming out, trying to do as much damage as possible, but it's not making them back down at all. Once again, LZ Gamer just looking for another hook. Once they can, they'll just probably follow up with Caterpillar in the end. And what can Goat do? They just Right now, too timid to really go in. They're waiting for the Zagara to come back. Now they have all 5 members. Will they try to contest anything? And if they do, what can they do afterwards?
Well, they don't want to overextend too much, Tornado. They are trying to scout out and see if it's safe for the easy camp to get taken, and the clairvoyance or the farsight is going to be more than likely a yes. The hook is not going to hit anything because Fury not going to be on the end of that one, but just look at Zuna here. He was sitting behind the bush, auto-attacking the tower, which the Siege Giants are going to, should at least finish off, as it's going to be a second tribute of this rotation for Tornado, as there's really not much Goat Gaming can do here. They're really getting suffocated. They've given up so much map pressure. This boss is up in 5 seconds. It does get far-sighted out, but even so, they're 2 levels behind. They're not even level 20. It would be extremely hard for them to contest this.
And they're just so lucky, it seems, with these tribute spawns right now for Tornado in the end of the game. They've been able to pick up boss and tribute the last couple of times. Goat Gaming trying to do the best. Looks like they're pushing up mid lane. They want to try to relieve a little pressure off of that. But now the top lane is going to be pressured by the boss, so they're going to have to go defend against that. And
it's the last standing keep.
Yeah.
It's the last keep between, well, essentially victory for Tornado. If they grab that keep, then all that's left in their way is the core and this one tower here in the mid lane. But the boss of Goat Gaming is up, and they should really turn their attention to this now. It has just got far-sighted. They'll probably seen that, as they would have been looking at the boss. Wait for it to go, LZ. And Nick. Nope, Nick doesn't care. He's just going to walk straight on in. Start this, and then this really does spell the beginning of the end.
So, moving off of that boss that is half health now, they're gonna, looks like they're going to try to contest. We do have Caterpillar making his way to the top. He does have that stage dive right now. The boss almost at the end, but Chris Free is going to go ahead. He doesn't want to give this up for free. We do have the stage dive coming in though. We do have the future ball being popped. Also, Chris Free in a really bad position will be topped off from the Apex though. Equinox forcing Suna out of the fight, but Pitex really low. Will he get taken down? He looks like he'll be able to survive just for a little bit. They want to get on to that boss. Everyone's getting onto it, but we do have the maul coming down. Will it be able to help them? No, it looks like Chris Free will be taken out. 3 members inside of it. It's just not enough. Lex Uther getting really low. Will they be able to take him out? But 2 members will fall. 3 members will fall for the side of Tornado, with the boss being picked up for Goat in the end.
Yeah, but the core is taking some more damage, down to 49% now.
There are three waves of minions pushing in here. We have
3 catapults down bot,
in the
and
bottom.
3 catapults in mid lane as well. Vala has backed and is going to be clearing this one extremely promptly, it has to be said, because otherwise it gets super dangerous, and they need to go and grab this tribute as well, because if Hammer or Uther is to go and sneak this, then it just means that the waves are just going to pile up and pile up at this core. 48% now. Look at these catapults doing so much. 38% base drop, having to use strafe to clear this as well.
So it might be end up to a base race here. We see Zuna just heading straight to the core. Nick's gonna go ahead and pick up that tribute, which means on all the minions on the side of Goat Gaming have 1 health. Zuna's just gonna go ahead. Looks like he's gonna
doesn't
siege
care.
up and just say, yep, he's just gonna go ahead and siege up here. He's gonna do the damage he needs to. You have Pitex coming out to help at 12% in the end. Nick kind of decided, looked like he was like, do I want to do it? No, not in the end. They were able to, this boss though, it looks like it won't even be able to take out the shield. So, Zuna, man-moding it up there, but not able to do too much as he was taken out by Zagara and Vala. But with the curse, they're pretty safe. Well, Tornado's pretty safe. Goat Gaming still have to be really careful as more and more of these catapults will be making their way into their base.
Yeah, speaking of catapults, there's one in the top lane. They have to at least leave one person to defend, and then they have to always be watching their guard, because you never know who could be lurking in a brush, ready to just go straight for that core. They are still feeling the after effects of this curse, which hasn't even finished yet. Their minions just getting absolutely destroyed on hit by the enemies. We see it here in the mid lane. 1 catapult is left here, but that's going to get cleared very quickly by Equinox. They're now going to have a hard camp to contend with in the mid lane, an easy camp to contend with in the bot lane. And it really is starting to look like it's the end for Goat Gaming. They've held on now for so long. Can they hold on any longer? All they need to do is hit 1 more into Apocalypse with Archon splash damage going absolutely mental. and then they could win it. But right now, that's just not the case.
You also have to be really careful too, making sure that these lanes can push out before they try to get in a fight. We've seen plenty of times that the minions will win this game if you leave them unattended. We do have a bit of a hard death wish trying to be formed right here. Kushri will be the one to be hooked in, probably not the one they want. The ancestral healing come out is going to heal him up in the end there. Alex Uther trying to get into the other side, but that is an ancestral healing down right there. They're going to go straight back onto him again, knowing that that is not up. Will they be able to get the kill? The stun does come out onto him, but the rest of the team is trying to come up. A 3-man ball, which is huge.
APOC.
Loud.
APOC.
Zuna to come out, but no APOC still. We do have the future ball coming out. Zuna is going to be fine in the end there. Equinox having that race car build. Chris Fury is already down. He's not able to come up with his passive. 2 kills are going to be picked up in the end there. It will be a 2 for 0 as of now. Lex Luthor getting chased out by Caterpillar. Blaze Shop having to blink out. Or bolt out there. We have Equinox being chased by Zuna. Zuna using that Nexus Frenzy to his full potential. Caterpillar is going to go ahead and dive into the middle of the base. Equinox. Zuna does not want to let this kill go. He doesn't want that Tassadar to go anywhere. He's trying his best. Lex Uther though going to get caught in the middle, is going to end up falling. Equinox trying to get out. Equinox will be picked up in the end, and that will spell GG for Goat Gaming.
Yep, it will indeed. All they needed to do was hit that Apocalypse, and that was a 3-man stun and allowed them to get so much more damage off. But instead, Tornado take the first game here in this best of 3 grand final, 1-0 in favour of them. And they had a pretty strong comp. The Stitches hooks were on point, the Divine Storms, the stage dives from Caterpillar, it all just combined so well for the team of Tornado. Guys, again, we're going to take a quick break while we get this next game set up for you. We'll see whether it's going to be a 2-0 sweep or whether we're going to see all 3 games here in this final. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a few.